Ooh, sorry. So after all that, it kind of gives a little backstory, and then while the folks are on tour, he's like, you know what, I'm getting very nervous, you know. So he goes down, he gets one of the rocket launcher type things, and he sets it up in there are 2 gas-powered Jeeps, one with Dr. Harding, and there's one in the garage. So he puts all the stuff, the weaponry, in the one free Jeep, and then he goes back, and then all of a sudden the power is going out. He's like, what's going on, man? Well, I'm so happy. And Dennis Nedry, he's gone. Like, where's Nedry, man? Where'd he go? So he goes down to the Jeep and finds that it's missing, along with his weapon. He's like, oh my god, what's going on, man? So they're trying to get in touch with everybody, get in touch with Harding, because Harding hasn't come back with the other Jeep. And he's like, oh my god, what's going on, man? We need to find out what's going on. Where is everybody? I doubt they'd get out. By the time Harding gets back with Ellie and Gennaro, he's like, get out of the Jeep, man, I need it. So they drive down to go find the people, only blah, 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 blah. And he's investigating the crime scene. He's like, oh my god, look, let's see here. The T-Rex came up here. It tore apart these cars. Here's some tracks that lead over here, and this, that, the other. And Donald's all like, oh, I don't see anything in the mud. You can see whatever. You can make up whatever you want, man. And Robert's like, I know what I'm talking about. I'm a tracker. Like, okay, I bet you anything that the 2 kids and at least 1 adult ran into the park. And they didn't stick around here probably because it was dangerous for some reason. So, and then they find Ian Malcolm. He's tore up. He got crushed by he actually got bit by the T-Rex. And in the movie, he got kind of like nudged into the bathroom by the T-Rex and then got buried by the bathroom wall, hay, thingamajiggies. But from there, he kind of... They find Robert, they bring him back. Ian, they bring him back. And then with the power, everything's been restored. White Rabbit object restoration code has been done. The power looks like it's back on. As they head out and they start fixing up things, like, oh man, we're mixed for fixing things up. Oh look, the T-Rex went in the sauropod. He's gonna eat some good dinosaur tonight. And John Hammond's like, oh my god, you gotta go get the T-Rex now. We can't have him eating our dinosaurs. And Robert's like, yeah, well, I wouldn't go in there because, you know, I don't have anything to, you know, attack the T-Rex with and make sure he goes down for the count. Like, well, how come you don't have that? Well, you only I wanted 3 weapons and you only gave me 1, and I put the 1 in the 1 gas-powered Jeep that's now missing. And John Hammond's like, well, how did that happen, man? And Robert's like, ah! And then morning comes and they start hunting down the T-Rex, and like, oh my god, there's the T-Rex. And he's looking around, he's looking at stuff and doing his little tracking thing. It's pretty awesome, kind of read. And blah blah. Anyways, it kind of intertwines there with Donald Gennaro, because Tim and John Gennaro do a lot of stuff together in the book. Anyways, when the raptors are on the loose and the raptor's like, and he attacks Robert Muldoon. He's like, no!
Improv.
Robert's like, oh my god, I gotta run away. And he finds a bunch of PVC pipe, I think it was. He backs into one with his little rifle, and then one of the raptors is like, I see you in there. So he's like, oh yeah, well you might see me in here, we'll take this. Boom! And he fires his rocket and blows off the raptor's foot. Like, ah! And he runs away. And Robert's like, oh, what's going on, man? What's going on? The plan is not going together. So Henry Wu's like, hey man, the plan's gone to crap, so let's regroup, man. Yeah, Henry Wu's got a bigger part. He in the movie, he's just that guy there who tells, like, oh, well, all the dinosaurs are female. That's pretty much his big skit in the whole movie. You don't ever really see him again. In the book, he's got more presence. Anyway, So he gets in the Jeep and he goes back to the lodge, and the raptors are over at the lodge. They're tearing through the fence, trying to bite through the sky, because they got like a skylight, and they got some bars there that would be electrocuted. They would be electrocuting them dinosaurs, but you know there ain't no power. So they're like, oh my god! And then Grant and the kids get back, and Tim's like, oh my god, how do I restore the power? And Robert Mulligan's like, oh god, no, what the hell? Actually, what happened before that? Alan gets back, he picks up the ray, he's like, what's going on? And Robert Mulligan's all like, oh, we're all trapped in the lodge, somebody turn on the power, you think you can do that, Grant? And Grant's like, oh, okay, I'll do that. And Robert Mulligan's like, oh, we need to get these raptors away, they're wandering around, they'll kill Grant before he gets to the power shed. So they go out and they cause a distraction, like, oh, da 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 da. So Grant goes down to the power shed, and the kids wander around and this, that, the other, and next thing you know, Tim's got the walkie-talkie, and he's like, how do I turn on the power? And Robert's like, oh, there's nobody here who can actually tell you how to do that, because what had happened was the raptors climbed up on the roof, and then they jumped down, and they tore Henry Wu apart. Henry Wu got jerked out, and he's like, and Ellie Sattler's like, yeah, and she runs, because she didn't want to get eaten by no dinosaur. And Robert Mulligan's like, what's going on? And then Robert's all like, bah, bah, bah. And then good stuff happens, and no. Can't use an object that's in use. Oh, look, you're almost there.
Wash. Hola.
Almost there. You're almost there. Make a group meal of hamburgers. And then he and the blah.
It's like a lemonade.
What do you mean? This thing should be freshly stocked. That thing should be stocked. Yeah, so many things different. And John Hammond, he's like this kind old man in the movie. He's like, oh, we're making this park. It's a wonderful place. We want everybody to see it. And they give Gennaro all the bad stuff. Like, oh, we're going to charge people lots of money to come here. No. In the book, John Hammond's like, oh, we're here to make lots and lots of money. Sure, it's going to be a nice thing, you know, for the kids and stuff, and the kids will want to print the parents, like, Mommy, Daddy, let's go see the dinosaurs, let's go see the dinosaurs, let's go see the dinosaurs. And the parents are like, okay, we'll see the dinosaurs, okay. How much is the price of it? $2,000 per person, are you crazy? And John Hammond's all like, oh, you know how much money it takes to, you know, make these dinosaurs. They're rather expensive, so I'm gonna charge whatever. Now I feel like it's not like you need to come see the dinosaurs. It's just an entertainment thing. You know, that kind of thing. And then as the book goes on, he gets all grumpy and cranky. He's like, why are these people doing these things? These people are terrible. I shouldn't have hired this person because he's such a limb. He's such a jerk, and he's always messing things up, and yeah, and, you know, that kind of thing. He's just real mean in the